Hey, welcome to the Reddit time. I hope you're having a good day, and let's hop into the thread. What golden nugget of information do you have to share? If bees were paid the minimum wage, a jar of honey would cost about $200,000. I love this one for some reason. Jeff Bezos doesn't. Semen washes off best with cool water. Using hot water can cause the proteins to denature and makes it sticker. By the way, this also applies to period blood, muddy blood, urine, and most alcoholic drinks. Hot water will make it harder to remove. Edit. Presumably this does work for other kinds of blood, though I haven't tested. Edit 2. Yup, it works on the other types of blood too. What about non-period, non-mother blood? Even if you aren't willing to give mouth-to-mouth on an unconscious person, chest compressions alone greatly increase their odds of survival. If you are in the woods and smell cucumbers, there is a copperhead snake nest nearby. Copperheads plant more cucumbers than all other species of snakes combined. The odds of you finding a gold nugget in a day are 0.0000784% on average. So you're telling me there is a chance? Sorry, I just physically couldn't pronounce this figure. Even though you have a VPN, it doesn't necessarily keep you hidden if skilled people wanted to find you. There are many things that can leak your IP that you have to isolate and fix, such as IPv6 leaks, DNS leaks, and WebRTC leaks. Although every add-on you add to your browser, it gives you a unique fingerprint that can lead back to you. You are not as secure as you think. Jokes on you, I used incognito mode. Newly registered nurse working in a hematology ward and learned that stem cells smell like sweet corn. Just to mention, it took me 5 times to finally pronounce correctly the last 5 words. I'm not even sure I pronounced them correctly. A 30-minute walk every day decreases the percent of you getting dementia. I keep meaning to do that, but always forget. The human anus can stretch up to 7 inches before taking damage. A raccoon can squeeze into holes as tight as 4 inches, meaning you can take almost 2 full raccoons up your ass. I've never understood this one. Just because my asshole can stretch enough for nearly 2 raccoons to fit through doesn't mean there is enough room inside my rectum for said raccoons. Should I conduct a practical experiment to prove or disprove this hypothesis? Please do. If your older parents or grandparents are suddenly acting strange, get them checked for a UTI. In older people, UTIs can cause a psychotic or delusional episode. What are the chances my parents have both had UTIs for 20 years? For a garment to be labeled Made in USA, the process only needs to be started and finished in America. In the case of a certain ladies' underwear line, the material is cut in USA, shipped overseas for assembly, then shipped back to America where seamstress sews a Made in USA tag on the item. So is an underwear factory worker. It's crazy how it's cheaper to send clothing across the world to be assembled than it is to just do it domestically. A moose can run 40 miles per hour through 6-foot deep snow. Terrifying. The first president of Zimbabwe was President Banana. Did his voters find him appealing? When choking on food and can't get help, you can get into a push-up position and then just drop down. The ground hitting your stomach and chest will cause what you're choking on to dislodge. Edit. Someone has commented to explain that this was created by a fireman, not something that firemen necessarily do. Caterpillars are physically unable to burp. Thank fuck for that, can you imagine? I don't know, dude, I think the world would be a much better place if caterpillars could burp. The Outer Bridge Crossing is a bridge that connects Staten Island, New York to Pursuant Bay, New Jersey. You probably think it was named that because it's the outermost bridge in New York City. Wrong, it's named after Eugenius Harvey Outer Bridge. Wait, is Eugenius the real name? That's amazing. I'm calling my kids that now, so whenever he does something stupid I can go, "Gee, nice one, Eugenius." Well, Eugenius is not that strange for me. In my country, the name Eugene is really widespread. A single spaghetti noodle is called a spaghetto. I thought a spaghetto was a place where poor Italians lived. On a cold and grey Chicago morning, another baby Italian is born in Spaghetto. I had a heart transplant 5 years ago. When your heart is replaced, the surgeon has to cut the main nerve that gets the signal from the brain to beat, and or increase the intensity of the beat. Without this vigorous nerve, your new heart has no regulation and pumps blood out of habit. You no longer have a fight-or-flight response, and your new heart beats at 90 plus beats a minute. That is terrifying. So if you get nervous, your heart doesn't race? Right. I have no internal regulation over my heart rate. My new heart beats purely from muscle memory. I can't think about it for too long because it's just too freaky. Absolutely terrifying. Speaking of golden nuggets of information to share, goldfish lose their color if they are kept in dim light or are placed in a body of running water, such as a stream. There are about 60,000 characters in the Mandarin language. A very literate person will know 20,000. The average person from 5 to 10,000. If uneducated, around 3,000. I don't know any, so I guess I'm fucking stupid. The main reason we stop doing something we love is because we forget our love of doing it for enjoyment's sake and replace it with the desire to be good at it. You've inspired me. I should go tune up my guitar and get back to playing. I enjoyed it. I was decent and I should enjoy being decent at it rather than good or great. Horses have a massive blind spot on the front and back of their body. If you are ever around a tame horse, keep a hand on their body while walking around them. This lets know where you are at all times and decreases chances of kicking out of shock or fear. This also prevents them from kicking you with as much force. You need to stay very close to them for the full benefit. This is similar with goats, as they instinctively fight things coming head-on and should be approached from the sides. Also, ears are the gateway to a horse's feelings. Pinned back ears indicate an anxious or angered horse. Pinned straight up indicates curiosity and focus. Gary Newman is 13 days older than Gary Oldman. People often underestimate how big a billion actually is. An easy way to conceptualize it is to think of it in terms of seconds. 1 million seconds ago was 12 days ago. 1 billion seconds ago was 1987. What's the difference between 1 million and 1 billion? About a billion. The tensing of leg muscles will deflate in an unwanted direction. I almost saved this comment for future reference, but then remembered I'm not a dude. Each one of the Yamato-class battleship's main gun turrets weighed over 3,000 tons, heavier than the average US destroyer. If you were on a destroyer in the US Navy during the Second World War, you ran the risk of having to fight a ship whose primary weapons alone displaced more weight than your entire vessel. And the reason for this is that the Japanese Navy had heavy restrictions from the West on how big their navy could be before the start of the Second World War. So to compensate for this, they built the biggest battleships the world had ever seen. Teenagers' rib cages aren't fully formed. If you get a stabbing pain in your lower side, it means the unformed cartilage moved and hit a nerve. If this happens to you, try not to breathe heavily as it irritates it more. I still get this and I'm 24. I'm guessing it's an inflammation then. Do you have any other side effects? Nope, just occasional stabbing pains that convince me to WebMD self-diagnose, and I never like those results. Everything on WebMD says cancer is an option. Chest pains could be cancer. Leg hurts could be cancer. Bad fuel economy in a 99 Dodge Ram, well yeah, that's cancer. A teen MPG in my 99 Ram, but I get a migraine every time I touch the accelerator. Is it cancer? If you carry a baseball bat in your vehicle for self-defense, also carry a baseball glove. Even if you don't play baseball, your lawyer will appreciate it. Today I learned put a sock on my baseball bat and carry a baseball glove as well. Artillery was responsible for over 70% of combat casualties in both world wars. And 4% of the sand on the beaches of Normandy are still made up of shrapnel. That is mind-blowing. Really drives the point home how it must have been hell on earth. The Earth wobbles really slowly like a spinning top. It takes about 26,000 years to come full circle. In the process, the northern star changes. This is called precession. All colors of Fruit Loops have the same flavor. Also true for Play-Doh. If you see a job you really want but aren't quite qualified for, apply anyway. Don't tell yourself no. Make them tell you no. You might be pleasantly surprised. Both my son and daughter followed this advice and got a job that turned into a career. As a manager who hires people, yes, apply for everything you are reasonably competent for, even if you can't check all the boxes. Most of what I look for is experience and practical application of knowledge, skills and tools. Even so, I am aware that many aspects can be taught easily and quickly. We are also looking for general intelligence and character, good mindset and work ethic. I manage the engineering department at my company. Even people applying for design, manufacturing, QC, or whatever they happen to be looking for generally are not applying with a specific degree. There is a ton of overlap. Heck, what I even went to school for I've barely used, not have really been hired on specially for. Getting older is fucking awesome. 53 years male. I feel confident, secure and healthy than I ever have in my entire life. I wish I could tell my 20-year-old self to relax and enjoy the ride more. There are 3 ways to refer to a gathering of geese. The first, if they are on the ground, it's a gaggle. The second, if they are flying but not in a V-shaped formation, it is skein. And the third, if the F-line end in a V-shaped formation, it's a wedge. Heat the back of a spoon gently and press it to the mosquito bite for a few seconds to greatly reduce itching. The heat breaks up the protein in the venom. Edit. As it's got traction, you only need to warm it up under warm water. Whilst the third-degree burn with a red-hot spoon does technically work, I wouldn't advise it. I am not hitting the bottom of a spoon where I leave body. I'll have to ask my neighbor for advice on this hitting spoon thing. Kangaroo has 3 vaginas. But why? 3 times the fun. Thank you for watching this video. I appreciate you sharing your valuable time with me today. If you have your own golden nugget to share with us, you can write in the comments down below. Also subscribe to my channel, give me a big thumbs up, and see you in the next video.